So, hello everyone, and welcome to this, what we just found out to be the 11th of our big CodeRefinery workshops, big meaning beyond 100 people and online and open for everyone. So, we'll be going through some practicalities now. Maybe first, hi, I'm Samantha. I'm a research software engineer at CSC in Finland. And I'll be teaching together with Enrico, actually, day 4 of reproducible research and social coding. And now for the first 20 minutes, we'll be looking at the intro. So you have the link to the intro also in the collaborative notes. And yes, and it's also linked from the schedule where you can find exactly what we will be showing now. And from the schedule, you can also find every day's materials that we'll be going through. So the schedule is a good page to have open on the sites. So first, why are we actually here? So what is this about? So CodeRefinery is not a general coding class, but it's everything or a lot of things beyond that. So we will not be talking about how to code something in a specific language, but we will go through things that help you around the actual writing code. Like this picture shows you very nicely. That's by our friend Heidi Seibold. And we always like to use it because it shows like the 6 helpful steps to reproducible research. And that's basically where all of our lessons fit in somehow. So we talk about getting your files and folders in order, how to use good names, files, folders, and functions, documenting from README to something more extensive and when that might be needed. We will talk about version control a lot now, the first 3 days in particular. And then we'll also talk about stabilizing the computing environment and software, and then how to publish your research outputs. And here it's in particular about code. So what's CodeRefinery? We are a Nordic project that are teaching these kind of basic scientific computing tools. We are funded by the Nordic E-Infrastructure Collaboration and our partner organizations. And a bit below, you can see our current partners. We are actually starting our 4th phase in May. And we have existed since 2016 and have been running workshops since then. We are running this workshop, and we're also running others like it. For example, Python for scientific computing. We have been doing tools and techniques for HPC was one of the collaboration projects that we were doing. So if that's all sounds interesting, please go on our website and check out all of the other materials as well. And we are also a community of research software enthusiasts, and you can join that, and more about that later. But for now, practical matters, how to attend. You may have already found out that this is not your usual workshop, so we're not all in a Zoom room, but we are talking to you via a stream. That also means that we don't have a Zoom chat where you can interact like you're maybe used to. But instead of that, we have our collaborative document. So how this will work is that everyone, no matter if you're doing this on your own or with a team or with a group of strangers in some place, you will watch the live stream, and there will be instructors talking and showing demos. And in week 1, we will also have exercises where we will be quiet on stream. We will give you some time to run through the exercises. Almost all of them, or most of them, have also solutions, so you can go through them also yourself. And you can always ask questions whenever they come up during exercises, during the teaching, and also a little bit after the workshop still. And we will not have any dedicated team exercises in week 2. But more interaction via the collaborative notes. And the materials for week 2 will also include exercise materials, which you can run through on your own pace after the workshop. We plan to have a minimum of 10 minutes break every hour. And the materials are always available for everyone, and they're linked from the workshop page. And all the recordings will be available on Twitch right after the workshop. So don't worry if you need to go for an hour or so to do something else. You can always come back and then rewatch the part that you missed right away on Twitch. Or also we try to put all the recordings on YouTube latest the day after the workshop. And there will be a playlist with the 2025 workshop. The collaborative document, Enrico and Richard have already shown it a little bit. Maybe we can switch there now as well. So everyone who registered got at least one, probably more emails from Enrico with all the links where you found also this link to this stream. And then there was also a link to the notes. And that's this one. So there is a lot of information in the top. There's also a suggestion on how you can set up your laptop screen to be able to watch what we are doing and at the same time do exercises and have the notes open. So we are sharing in this kind of, you may have noticed this narrow format to enable you to have multiple things even on a small laptop screen. One important note on the notes, please do not put any names or any other identifying information on this page, because as you see, we will be showing it on stream and we will also be archiving it later. In case there is some identifying information or something, we will remove that before archiving, but it will still be visible on stream. But please don't hesitate to ask any kind of questions. This is an anonymous document. Your name is not visible by default. And how you edit this document is that you have to find now this little pen symbol, and it might be up there where it is on our screen, or it might be somewhere on the left together with some other symbols, but it's always this little pen symbol. And that switches you to the edit mode of this document. And the document itself is Markdown based, but you don't really have to worry about it. So you can just write plain text as you have been doing here already in the icebreaker. And if you haven't answered the icebreaker yet, now is a very good time to also get used to the collaborative document. And tell us what's the weather like where you are. And hopefully there's also some people sending a little bit of sunshine. Then there's also another icebreaker, which introduces one way of how we can do polls with this collaborative notes, meaning we have a question, and then you can answer your option by adding an O to your option. Then we will also use this document to distribute links. Like as mentioned, the links are also all available from the schedule, but we will also share them in the collaborative notes and always put sections in that you always know where we are. And during exercises and breaks, we will also write here when we will be back on stream and when it will continue, so that you always know what's going on. So if you have to leave, just scroll all the way down to the collaborative notes and then you see where we are at the moment. Let me just check that I haven't forgotten anything. Sometimes you might have to refresh or update the document to get all the latest information, especially if there's many people editing at the same time. We recommend that whenever you're not typing, then you go into this view mode, which is indicated by this little eye symbol. Again, it might be up to the right or somewhere up to the left, to have like the nicely rendered version of this document where you can follow everything that's happening, and only whenever you write a question or add anything to our polls, you go into the edit mode. Yes. So then back to the intro material, the practical setup for the workshop. So we recommend that you create a directory for this workshop on your computer so that it's easy later to clean up. That can be wherever you want to have it. There will be then some exercise materials in there and so on, so that you have it all in one place and can easily handle or move it around or remove it after the workshop. You can put it all into one. Screen arrangement, I already talked a little bit about this. We have this narrow theater mode for Twitch. So you can also hide the chat and choose this theater mode on your laptop. And then you can have the lesson notes, the lesson materials, your terminal or your Visual Studio Code or whatever you're using for the exercises there, and watch everything at the same time. But on that note, we also are aware that there is a lot of things to follow. So we have the Twitch stream, we have the lesson materials. There might be different things be shown on stream. So what we would suggest is that the live stream is the first priority. So that's where the teaching is going to happen. Then the collaborative document you can use to find info, like the link to the exercises that are happening right now, or when the break ends, or this, or if whenever you have a questions. Otherwise, you don't have to follow everything, because as said, it will be archived and you will be able to access it also after the workshop. So no worries of missing anything there. And then the lesson materials webpage you can have open and use as needed. So the instructors will show most of this on stream, but sometimes it might be nice to just copy paste something from there or look a little bit further up than where the instructors are currently showing on stream. Okay. Then some things that can and potentially will go wrong in this workshop. So one very important thing is, I hope you can all hear me all right. If that ever is not the case, because we have many different instructors coming here during the week, we are trying to have the audio balanced and a good audio quality. But if that's ever not the case, or if there is some screen not visible, if you notice an instructor is talking about something that you are not seeing on the stream, please let us know. And the collaborative notes is the way to do that. So write it in the bottom of the collaborative notes if either the quality is bad, too loud, too low, and anything like that's happening. We may deviate from the schedule. We will try to stay on track as good as we can, but sometimes things just take a little bit wiser. Then we'll try to catch up. The collaborative document may lag a little bit. I mentioned already, then just wait a moment. It will probably calm down after a moment. The stream suddenly dies. That might happen when Richard's computer crashed. Then it's about 5 minutes time until it comes back. So don't worry, go have a quick coffee, and then we'll resume in about 5 minutes. If you have any tool not set up, if you have any issues with the tool, then don't worry. You can watch the stream and just like follow along or think along, and then do the installation after the workshop, and then do the exercises then as well. So we have a big bunch of installation instructions. They're also linked from here again. That's better than trying to fix it on the go. You can't attend every day. That's also fine. You can attend only the parts that you are interested in. The materials are always available. The videos are always available. So you can catch up. And also all the lessons in week 2, for example, are self-contained. So you can like join whichever session is of interest to you. Who is here today? We have about 10 course coordinators, instructors, and facilitators for this workshop. You'll get to know them during the whole of this and next week. Many are research software engineers, and that if that sounds something that is interesting to you, we'll be talking a little bit more about that also in the workshop outro on day 6. We have over 350 actually now registered participants from over 20 different countries, which is very exciting. And we also have learners from all levels and backgrounds. And with that, also just a word on that. So everyone here is on different level, and that's expected. People may come here in the beginning of their PhD while still studying as a professor or in any kind of situation that they found out about this workshop. And that's fine, and it's expected, and everyone will be learning different things. And it's completely fine to just lean back and enjoy the show. Like, you don't have to do any exercises. This is like up to you, however you learn best. Everyone can be both a teacher and a learner. So if you see a question in the collaborative notes that you can answer, go ahead and help us answering. In many occasions, it's also quite interesting to see different opinions. Big question is always like, what's the best editor, for example, and if you have an opinion about that, then please chime in to these kind of questions. And yeah, let us know in the collaborative document if something isn't going right, and if it's a bigger question, a bigger technical issue or something, it's always okay to say that we can discuss later. In the worst case, and if you find there is a problem with someone, either an instructor or a fellow learner, we have a code of conduct on our webpage, and there's also a form where you can let us know about anything that might have happened there. And then final notes from me for today. Please register if you haven't yet, because then you will get the link to the collaborative notes, and you can be in contact with the instructors. You can ask questions, and you will get also all the wrap-up emails of each day and the preparation instructions for the next day. And the link is also here to our workshop webpage, where you can also find the schedule and the links to all materials. I mentioned already about the collaborative notes. If you want a certificate for this workshop, there are instructions also on our webpage. You can go there and check that out and like follow the instructions there. And CodeRefinery is an open project, so you can join if this is something that seems very interesting to you. We always need volunteers and partners to continue with these workshops. So if after this workshop you're saying, like, this is so cool and I want to know more and I want to help with this, you're very welcome to join. We have a whole page called Join Us, where you can find whatever way fits you best. And then we also have our support@coderefinery.org email address, where you can send any questions regarding the workshop or the project as well. And as a last thing, we are also on social media, Mastodon, Blue Sky, LinkedIn, and we are always super happy to read any experiences from the workshops. And with that, I will give to Diana and Richard, starting with the workshop. Have fun. Bye-bye.